Hello. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm talking about what it's like to be living in Pai, Thailand during the burning season. The whole forests are on fire. Like, there are mountains and mountains that go on for miles and they're on fire. Not just once, like this mountain will be on fire. It was on fire a few days ago and now it's not on fire anymore, but as more leaves fall from the trees and there's enough to start another fire, then the fires will happen again. And so it's not just one time that this mountain will go on fire for the duration of the season. So you see all these leaves that are just covering the forest floor, like absolutely covering. They are teak leaves, dried up teak leaves. Basically that is what is on fire. It's just all the leaves. It doesn't really go up the trees so much. It just burns everything on the ground. So I am at Dasha. This is actually where I came when I first got to Pai in 2019, and I stayed here for I think around 4 nights or 5 nights while I house hunted. So yeah, it's really cool. I like this place. This vlog is talking about I can feel the smoke in my lungs, in my throat. See this mountain behind me? I live in those mountains. Like, not, you can't see the one I live in because it's covered in smoke. That is how bad it is. Usually they're crystal clear. It's also known as smoke season. It's also the dry season. But basically, it is horrible. It is so horrible that most people leave Pai and head down south, down to the islands, and just kind of wait it out down there for a few months until the end of the season. People that kind of hang around and stick back here are the ones that I guess don't have the ability to make such a move for a long amount of time. You know, the people that either financially don't have the resources to be able to do that, or have commitments here like farming and work and that kind of thing. This is my second burning season. I stayed here through the whole season last year in 2020. You might be wondering at this point, hang on. What are you even talking about, Jane? What is smoke season? What is burning season? What are you talking about? This is literally a 30-second walk from my house. This is the mountain that I'm up against. And yeah, this is what the ground looks like from a couple days from the fires yesterday and the day before. It generally starts in December and ends in April, May, whenever the rain starts. The rain washes all the smoke out of the air and there we go, and it's over. Where does the smoke come from? Anytime anyone brings up this topic, everybody has their opinion about it, and it's like one of those subjects that get people all like passionate and fiery and heated, you know? There are so many leaves, dried up leaves accumulated on the ground, that the fires either happen naturally because it's dry season, the sun is really hot. If there's no one to light the fire themselves, then the fires are going to start anyway and they're going to be uncontrollable. So the people of the land, the hill tribes, have been practicing controlling the fires themselves by lighting the fires and going through that practice of knowing where the fires are going and sending it in the direction, and that's been a way that they've been doing that to protect the fires from being uncontrollable and reaching their villages. So that's a practice in itself that is happening, and that has to happen for them to protect the village. Where the kind of controversy comes into it is that there's people that say that people light the fires so that they can cultivate a special breed of mushrooms. And I don't know if it's just one breed of mushrooms, because I know when forest fires happen, it causes a lot of different fungi to form as a result of differences that appear in the soil. With these mushrooms that appear, it's very profitable. China is a big buyer of mushrooms, and apparently these mushrooms get sold to China for money, and yeah, So there's that side of it too, but there's also the fires are going to be happening anyway. So are they actually lighting the fires for the mushrooms, or is that just happening anyway and then they're getting the mushrooms because they're there now, might as well make some money from that? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I've taken a very neutral stance on all of the opinions and reasons and everything out there because they all hold some truth. Here you can see where they've started the fire. See how there's these cans? I think that's why those can things are there, making it all secret. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Interesting. Look at all that white stuff. And the December fires that start aren't usually the forests yet. The fires that start from there are the burning off of old crops and old matter that's just kind of there, and the easiest way to get rid of it is to set it all on fire. So you do see that happening, just little piles of fires everywhere. They just don't compare to mountains and mountains of fires. But the problem I've heard with the local farmers doing the burn off of you know, the leftover crops or whatever is happening on their lands is that the chemicals that they have used throughout the season are then being burned off, and that causes nasty pollutants to go in the air. So there's something going on there, and from what I've read, people get really deep into it, and it seems very kind of political, but one of those, you know, business political kind of things that seem a bit messy, and I haven't really delved into that. So there's something going on there, and it's not just the fires that are happening in this area of Pai, it's also happening in neighbouring regions and neighbouring countries too, like Myanmar. What happens is that the winds blow all of the smoke that's happening from those forest fires and those crop fires, and it happens to get trapped in this valley of Pai because we're surrounded in these mountains and we're like a little valley amongst it, and so apparently it creates this like little mini ecological thing that's happening, and all the smoke and stuff gets stuck and it doesn't like move on, just kind of like gets stuck and like lingers here. So that happens too from not only our smoke but everyone else's smoke. Anyway, there's various reasons why there's fires, but this video isn't so much about what's causing these fires. If you are planning to live in Pai, you might want to know kind of what to expect, because yeah, it is nasty, and you'll get a lot of people say don't do it, just don't do it, like don't go, you can't live there, it's unlivable. But it is livable. It's not good for your health, but if you don't have the means to be able to escape for a few months, then these are some things you can do to make living in Pai during burning season a little bit more kind of livable. I am at Dasha to have a herbal sauna to clear out my throat and my lungs. Yeah, so this is something you can do if you're here in smoke season. Something you do?
Oh, that's very good. Oh, wow. That's
What we're supposed to do?
Now, put your head under water, just have your nose above water.
Okay. Perfect. really nice. I've been at it for 2 hours now. I think that's enough for me. I'm not naked, in case you were wondering. It was so lovely. I loved it. And you know, when you come out, you can like jump in the cold shower or jump in the like cold tub of water. It's really, really cool. Having my morning coffee last night. Oh, I just need to do something with the chickens and go bothering the rooster. So it's the first time hearing my voice, and I mean, I've got morning voice anyway, but not usually by now because I've already showered. Now I've got my coffee. Usually I just have morning voice when I'm still like lying in bed, you know? So the croakiness in my voice right now is from being irritated by the smoke. Last night was horrible, really, really horrible. The smoke was really, really thick last night because those mountains had been on fire all day. So I could see the smoke building up in my room. You know how you can see like the haziness? I was trying to do some work on my laptop and the smoke was stinging my eyes and I kept on crying and I couldn't so it got to midnight, and usually when I start getting into editing, I was trying to do some oracle videos for my work. It just was irritating my eyes too much. My eyes were burning, they were itching, they were crying. I started getting a headache. I just had to go to sleep to just like not feel like I was in it, you know, just to sleep to, yeah. I've woken up with like a slight headache now, and this happens from the smoke. I was looking online last night at air purifiers. That's what a lot of the people that stay here over smoke season get. Last year I didn't have one, but after last night I actually don't even know how I managed last year. Like I really don't, because last night was really horrible, and that's just like the start of it. So there's still like more than a month of this to go, and it will keep building up unless we suddenly get a rain. But that would be a miracle this time of year, like an absolute. We've already had 2 miracles, the last 2 rain showers. So yeah. You know, when you've been to a campfire or something and then you smell your clothes afterwards and it smells like smoke. All my clothes smell like that, you know, freshly hung outside, they smell like that. And then like I can smell it, I can literally just smell it 24/7. I went to cuddle Tale last night and I shoved my whole face in his fur and like go like this, and he smelled like campfire as well. Yeah, it's like, ugh, I hate that smell. So gross. The effects on the body. So next is the nose. I'm back on my sinus pills. I buy this packet called. The cats have started sneezing. They're like just sneezing all the time now, so they're also affected, and I'll see them sleeping and they'll have like water dripping out of their nose. When it starts getting bad as well, you'll feel it in your throat very earlier on. It feels like scratchy and just feels like, you know, something there. And like my voice is slowly getting croakier as each day passes. It gets to a point where it's very sore to swallow and being really like puffed all the time just from speaking. And when I breathe, it's like, you know, like it takes a toll on the throat for sure, and the lungs too. So with that breathing in of all those pollutants, the particle matter, that is the the big problem here is 2.5. A lot of people just wear those like, you know, those like hospital-y looking ones, and they're like all loose and stuff, or like fabric ones, and that's what I've been wearing as well actually. But over this week I've been like, okay, I need to sort out a really good mask. So I just wanted to show you this PM 2.5 mask I bought from the shop. It's like this. It's like this. And I think really it's just for a single time use, like one day, because when I put it back on now, it literally smells like I'm shoving my face into a thing of ashes, campfire ashes. Like, it smells like concentrated smoke from the mountains. Like, concentrated. It just smells like smoke. So I reckon it's probably all kind of built up in here. So I think it was probably worse for me to keep on wearing this mask now than it is for me to just go outside with no mask. That was 33 baht, which is probably like a dollar US, I'm guessing. So I'm gonna order my mask online and I'll show you what one I kind of decide on. As long as it fits around on the face very like firmly so that no air can get through those gaps, then I think it's like alright. And I'm gonna look for one that's got a charcoal lining of charcoal filter inside the mask as well. If you're a person that wears like makeup, like foundation on your skin, wearing this mask in the heat of the season and for such a long period of time is not going to feel so great. So luckily for me, I don't actually wear any makeup on my skin. I just wear eye makeup, eyebrows, so I can wear it and not get that like sweaty like feeling of like, you know, that if you wear makeup, you know what I'm talking about. Another effect on the body, so my skin feels extra dry all the time, even though maybe that's from the sun as well, but because there's so much smoke in the air, the smoke actually blocks the harmfulness of the sun. So if I go out, like, you might notice I'm gone back to being a little bit more pale than a few weeks ago, because now the sun isn't tanning me anymore. And I'm laughing because it's like, if you know me, then you'll know like I would just have this golden life to just be tanned. It's a constant struggle when you live in the north in Thailand, because a lot of the year you just don't get sun rays that do that to you. But yeah, I feel really dry, so I've been moisturizing a lot more than I would usually, and even then I feel really dry. I remember last year feeling so dry that it actually hurt my skin. Like, it would feel, if I didn't moisturize, I'd be like, ow, my skin feels like sore. Same with my hair. The smoke in the air gets to my hair and my hair gets very brittle, and last year it got to a point where it felt like a broom. Like I'd be combing through my hair and the ends would just be like broom like. It really gets that bad. I wear this fabric around my hair a lot because I'm trying to protect my hair from the smoke. I'll also be getting some hair masks just to protect it, because it took most of the year to bring back the health of my hair again, and I really don't want to have to do that again. Now I just kind of want to talk about what you can do to make it more manageable for you. I didn't do this last year because I didn't have the money, and right now I still don't have the money, but I'm hoping that in a couple weeks time, if something comes through, then I will have the money to be able to do this, and I'm really hoping that I will be able to, because the last few nights have just been so unbearable. I don't remember it being like that last year. Maybe it's because I'm in a different house than I was last year. I'd really like to get an air purifier for my bedroom, just for overnight while I'm asleep. You can get these air purifiers. You have to make sure your room is sealed off. So if I do get one, I'll be sealing up all the gaps in my floors and my ceiling and the walls and everything, and then running that air purifier, and I'll lock the cats in with me overnight too. I'll have to get a kitty litter box. But yeah, and then we can just like actually breathe nice, and I'll actually be able to do some work as well in the evenings again, because my eyes won't be crying and stinging. So getting an air purifier, I would say, is a must. Oh my god, it's really bad. I should actually be wearing a mask like right now as I'm sitting here, but No, I don't really want to do that right now while I'm talking. Oh, there's this, so there's a few cafes that do this, and I've seen a couple of people last year did a DIY thing as well for their own home. Make these like misting things, so they get like a hose with like those little misting things and put them up around their like balconies and stuff, and all the mist comes out, and so you're breathing in that water, that mist, which is, you know, water, and so that's really good for you as well. And that is actually something, if I end up staying here through the season, then I might look into doing that for this balcony area as well. But then I'm kind of worried about the mist particles getting into my laptop, so I'm not really too sure about that yet. Everyone's been saying get plants for your house, it will naturally purify your room. And I don't know, I've read a lot on this online. I think scientifically it's been proven that they do purify. What I've found, I don't think it's been proven that they do it to a level where you can put some plants in your room and now breathing naturally purified air. So I haven't done that myself, but apparently the mother-in-law's tongue, apparently those are really good at purifying the air, so I might just get a few of those in my room. This is my usual plant shop that I would go to. It's a bit more jungly. I like it. It's got nicer prices too. Mint. Hey, and I'm at one of my favourite places. Hopefully you can hear me. This place is called Earth Tone. I love it here. They do a lot of vegan food, a really healthy food, but they also stock a lot of healthy things. So there's lots of things here that you can have, like teas and herbal supplements and natural remedies for all sorts of things, but this is especially helpful during smoke season when you need something for your throat or for whatever ailments that you're having. One last thing, I'm really not enjoying being here during this smoky season this time around. I'm thinking I might just start checking out houses to see if there is another housing situation that would make my stay throughout the season a bit more bearable. I am going to be taking a look next week, and I think that means that the next video will be a bit of a house hunting video. So I'll be filming the kind of houses I look at and letting you know the price ranges and how far away they are from town, yeah, that kind of thing. So if you are interested in that, stick around, hit that subscribe button. If you've watched all the way up to here, thank you so much. Drop me a comment and let me know kind of what brought you here. Yeah, just kind of interested to hear about who everyone is, what you're doing, and yeah, what your thoughts are. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. So guys, I have had to cut down my uploading schedule to 1 per week because I'm now making videos I'm doing the video rollout for my Oracle deck, which I need to be making 2 a week so that I can finish 39 videos in 4 to 5 months. So that means that I've had to cut down my posting schedule here to 1 per week, but I'm trying to make it extra good and there be a theme and it be a bit longer than when I was doing 2 of them. So yeah, so I'll see you next Sunday, if not sooner, but yeah, definitely on Sunday. So thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.